Hello, and welcome back to another episode with Raf King from Living Kinetics. Today, we're going to further explore some of the modalities of massage therapy, and today's topic is Russian massage. So, Russian massage came after Swedish massage. As we talked about in our last video, Swedish massage is kind of the basis for Western massage. You know, massage had been around for thousands of years before it, but Swedish really established a system to it. And Russian massage took that system and just ran with it. And we're going to talk about some of the differences between the two and just why I appreciate Russian massage so much. So, a little bit of brief history before we get into it. I want to say it was around 1860 that Swedish massage made its way into Russia. And it only took about a decade and a half before there was a paper published about the use of massage therapy on warfare wounds and how that could possibly help out with that. So remembering that a lot of times in our modern day society, we get the notion that massage is for the rich and for the healthy, while a lot of the times it had started in helping out sick people, helping out people who were suffering, right? Wartime wounds, the ailments to the body. And we forget about this a lot of the time, but this is where it started and this is where the focus is. So shortly after that, getting into 1882, we had the very famous Zebaldowski, who wrote a paper on how massage could also help healthy people. And this was big at the time because it was seen as just for sick people, but he bridged the gap that massage should really be for everybody. It shouldn't be for people who are just sick, but it should be maintaining a healthy person as well. And it really didn't take that long afterwards. It was 1925 where Russian massage became a mandatory practice for every healthcare professional to learn and to practice and to prescribe to their clients, right? Or excuse me, patients. And this is important because it really changed how a lot of the world saw massage therapy as, everybody, every doctor, every physician, every nurse, every trainer, every coach, everybody who oversaw somebody else was trained in massage therapy, and they take it much more seriously over there than we do here. It's still kind of a bit of a joke here, right? There are some doctors that I work with who do prescribe it to their patients. And it's always such a big honor for me to be able to work with that person, work with that doctor and their patient to help better their health. You know, it is a big deal here for, say, like hospice care, right? We do see massage therapy with hospice care. I know I'm involved with the recovery of patients that aren't in hospice care, that are younger and healthier, but their doctors can see how massage can help. It's still not as widespread as I would like it to be, but I think we're going to eventually change, and we are going to get more on the same page as some of the Russian healthcare system. And that's just our brief history there over Russian massage. So now let's talk about some of the techniques and some of the strokes and how they differ from Swedish massage. So in Swedish, we had our 5 classic strokes, and Russian massage is going to mirror that in a pretty big way, with a few exceptions, a few changes here. So let's talk effleurage, right? In effleurage, for Swedish, we had those big gliding strokes, right? And we could say that it would be either very superficial, a very light stroke, just like a feathering, or it could be a very deep stroke, right? As we showed, even using the elbow at times to provide this deep gliding stroke. Now, in the Russian system, effleurage is strictly a light feathering stroke, right? And you could think about like putting on lotion, right? It's very light. It's always light. Now, for the deep application of it, because they absolutely do have a heavier application of this, it's an entirely different name. So we step away from effleurage and we get into something called ringing. Now, ringing is that deep effleurage stroke that you would see in Swedish massage, but in Russian massage, it's called ringing. Now, I'm going to going to also preface this by saying that it's a very protocol-based system, right? You're always going in one direction, while Swedish massage kind of has this flow to it. Russian massage breaks it down, and you go in one direction strictly. So when we're talking about like a ringing stroke or an effleurage stroke, you're always going to go out to the shoulders or the low back. You're always going to work up the arm. You're always going to work up the leg. And in fact, there's an order that you're always going to follow for your general massage and even most protocols that you do in massage. So moving on, though, we've got our petrissage. Now, in petrissage for Swedish, it was strictly a pulling stroke, right? We would pull the muscle off of the bone and we would milk it out. In Russian massage, you do have pulling petrissage, but you also have pressing petrissage. Now, pressing petrissage could be equated to our non-gliding frictions in Swedish massage, right? Where friction had two different subcategories, non-gliding and gliding. Now we see that in Russian, where petrissage has pulling and pressing. And we're going to see that pressing petrissage in Russian is basically the equivalent of non-gliding friction in Swedish massage. Moving on from here, we've got friction in Russian is basically the equivalent of our gliding friction in Swedish. Now, again, in Swedish massage, you are thinking big, you're thinking full, right? You're doing these big, long strokes. Even with some of the frictions at time, you're trying to get the entire limb, right? But in your Russian massage, it's all very short, right? Even the stances, right? In your Swedish massage, you got these big archer stances, big horse stances where your feet are wider than your shoulders and you're very spread out. And this is so you can get a big, long stroke in and kind of bounce back and forth from it. While in your Russian massage, you have a very short stance, very short strokes, right? You're not ever leaning too far. You're not ever trying to place too much stress on the body when it comes to Russian massage. And this is something that personally I really appreciated, right? Getting into some of the deeper horse stances or archer stances when it came to Swedish, I never felt like I was truly balanced, right? I never felt like I really had enough power that I could generate from it. And of course, it is important that you learn those big wide stances, those big open stances, because they can be very useful to you. But I gravitated so much more towards the shorter strokes and the shorter stances. I felt like I could control it more. I felt like I could keep more focus, right? And I wasn't working all over the place. I could just work segment by segment. And that's very much what Russian massage gravitates to, is segment by segment. In fact, we don't even cross joints in Russian massage, right? Where Swedish massage, we talked about doing a stroke from the heel all the way up the leg, across the glute, up the back, down the arm. Doesn't happen in Russian massage. Now you can mix the two, of course, and this is what my practice normally has taken me to, is kind of starting off with a Russian style and ending with a Swedish style. But for me to learn massage, Russian came very late in my curriculum. Which I wish I'd started there, because it made me understand how to get around the body, how to plan out a massage ahead of time, how to adjust ahead of time if somebody wanted me to focus on a certain area. Russian made it a lot easier, but we'll get into that after we finish up our strokes here. So after friction, of course, we're going to have vibration. Now, vibration is one of my favorite strokes. Vibration is actually what I focused a lot on when I was trying to show the other instructors that I could be an instructor at the massage school. So Russian sports massage really focused in on how to use vibration to benefit the athlete. And how they apply it is much different than how I've seen basically any other medical professional apply it. So thinking back to the cosmonauts and thinking back to when they made it into space, what they found was being in zero gravity was really rough on the body, right? We really had, not having that stimulus of gravity constantly on them, bone density would go down, muscle mass would go down. I mean, you need gravity you need something to fight against, basically, for your body to not wither. And what they found was certain speeds of vibration would stimulate different parts of the body, right? I'm talking anywhere from lymph drainage to increasing circulation to increasing bone density to increasing how much your hormones, or excuse me, your glands produce hormones, to muscle mass. And they would use full body vibration devices on these space shuttles to help keep their cosmonauts in space longer. And it's no secret that you can buy a whole body vibration device nowadays and use it. And I think it's amazing for recovery. I use mine almost every day. But what I found was by using vibration, that you could complement the rest of the massage in a huge way. And there are a lot of the times that I'll use a vibration device in my massages, because vibration can be kind of hard on the body. So by using a device, you kind of sidestep the physical limitations and still get this amazing technique placed into the massage. Now, we went over vibration with Swedish massage, but a lot of the times with the Swedish massage, your main stroke is going to be that effleurage technique, right? And when you get later on the list, there, your frictions, your vibrations, your depotement, they're mainly just like ending techniques to end with the body. While in Russian massage, they play a much bigger role, or they can at least. Percussion. In Swedish massage, we call it depotement, but we're just going to call it percussion in our Russian massage. And I like how the Russians utilized percussion over the Swedish massage. There's not much of a difference, but there was a little more emphasis put on it, and I really love the recovery protocol, some of the rehabilitation protocols that they put it into. Take for example, let's say that you had a cast on for a long period and you had atrophy of your muscle after that, or even take somebody like my brother who plays a lot of video games and he doesn't necessarily get as much exercise as one should. And we did an experiment with him one time because I just wanted to see how effective could a Russian massage be on somebody with a more of a sedentary lifestyle. And I'm not attacking him here. I'm not attacking video games. But he did have a much leaner body. He did have a smaller frame, and I thought he'd be the perfect candidate to see what kind of impact could this massage have on somebody. Now, the protocol basically revolves around having percussion weaved in and out of other strokes, right? So you'll do like a ringing stroke, a deep effleurage stroke, ringing stroke, followed by percussion. Then you do a petrissage stroke, then percussion, then a ringing stroke, then percussion, then a vibration stroke, then percussion. And you'll basically keep switching back and forth and having percussion do every other stroke as you're working on one segment. And what we found was that he did have an increase in muscle mass. It wasn't huge. Like, he wasn't like, Arnold overnight or something like that. But we did find that after a week of doing this on a daily basis, that he had an exponential amount of energy. Like, it was insane how much his energy level had gone up and how much he actually craved physical expression after that. Like, he did want to exercise. He did want more massage. It just sitting there and playing video games didn't feel like it was enough for his body at the time. And so we saw a change very, very quickly. And I place a lot of faith in the style of massage because of it, because I actually got to see very real results in a short time. And I know not everybody can afford a massage every day. But if there were a case where somebody needed it, right? They needed to recover from atrophied muscles, or just wanted that little bit of extra edge when it came to their physical performance. Well, I definitely know that Russian massage could do it. Now, the last technique we'll see in a general Russian massage is passive movements, right? Whether it be range of motion or stretching, it is oftentimes used in a Russian massage, and that's how you are going to end with your session with your client. Now, keep in mind that in a general Russian massage, they have a very particular order of strokes that they go in, or an order of body parts that they go in. They're always going to start with the back. They're going to segment it out into quadrants, and they're going to always work the brachium or the upper arm before they work the lower arm. My instructor taught me that the hands and the feet aren't generally worked in a general protocol. Personally, I don't feel that any massage is complete without the hands or the feet, and I think that they should be placed in there. So, like I said before, I do kind of combine my Russian style with my Swedish style to come up with kind of a somewhat of a unique style in a sense. But I feel like this should be like way more widespread, right? Because the Russian massage is very direct and it's very objective based, very protocol based. Excuse me. And if there's ever an injury that you're not sure what to do with, well, there's plenty of protocols throughout Russian massage that will tell you step by step basis on what to do, and not just like step by step. They're not going to say do this stroke, that stroke, then this stroke. They're going to tell you how much pressure, how much speed, how many seconds you should spend on it, how many repetitions you should do. It's broken down very, very black and white, and this is what you do for this particular injury. And it takes a lot of the guessing out of it, but at the same time, for some people that's hard because they want an art, right? They want to feel the massage. They want to use their intuition, which isn't a bad thing because some people have some amazing minds and an amazing heart that's put into their practice. And so sometimes letting them feel it versus think it can be really beneficial. But me, like I stated before, like Swedish was really tough for me to learn. And so when I got into Russian massage and it was do this for this long, do this for this long, do this for this long, and then move on. It made it so much easier because I knew that I had completeness, right? I mean, we had talked about wholeness with the Swedish massage. And I felt like this was the Russian version of that, right? I had this completeness. I knew that I was doing the right thing. It took a lot of the guesswork out of it. So again, it can be hard for some people to participate in protocol-based massage, but for me, it was very freeing, right? Having those limitations, having that discipline, actually opened up a lot of things for me, and that's why I hold Russian massage in such a high esteem. And I'm actually quite sad that it's not more popular. Like for most clients, I could tell them we're doing a Russian massage, and it sounds even more foreign than a Swedish massage. But it doesn't have the same popularity, and I can see why. We have that general mindset that massage is supposed to be always relaxing, always for rich people. In fact, I just talked to somebody and I told them I was a massage therapist, and the first question they asked was, "You must work with wealthy people." And I mean, there are a number of wealthy people that I do work with, but that's what his mind went to immediately was the healthy and the wealthy, right? And Russian massage in general, doesn't have to focus on that. In fact, it should be focusing with people who are in pain, people who need help, people who need to be pushed in the right direction. I mean, even when we're talking about our top level athletes in general, right? Maybe you're a weekend warrior. Massage can really take you to the next level. In fact, there's a power lifter, Jeremy Mazenbach. I mean, he's an amazing power lifter, an amazing coach, and I'm just so grateful for this human being. We sponsored him for a while, and I would use these Russian protocols on him, right? And I'm talking just weeks before a competition, we were putting 50 pounds on lifts, right? Where he was just trying to generate, 5 pounds at a time, maybe just a couple pounds at a time, just kind of inching his way forward. We were able to make a 50-pound jump just weeks before a competition, which is usually unheard of, right? That doesn't normally happen. At a certain point, you're trying to maintain, so you're not causing injury, right? Instead of making these big jumps. And we were able to easily make that jump because his recovery time was cutting down so quickly. So I implore you to check out more Russian massage. Ask your massage therapist about it. They might not even be aware, right? They might not know that this is something that is applicable or available, and this could really open up just a whole new world for your massage therapist. But please, if you have any more questions about this modality, you can contact me by heading to the website that's on the screen right now. Of course, you can send me an email. I do talk about this style more in my book right here, so I do recommend that you pick this up, as I think it's a pretty good book. I think it's a pretty good read, and it's full of information. It's full of really fun stories and just all the wacky, crazy things that I've had to deal with throughout my career. I've been doing this since 2008, so I do have a number of stories and a number of very interesting people that I've come across. But I totally appreciate you hanging out with me today, and I totally appreciate your attention. I do look forward to seeing you in the next video. Have a great day, and we'll see you then.